Greetings, soul family, and welcome to Anunnaki Oracle Priestess. I'm Teresa, and may I say happy full moon to you. Of course, this is a timeless reading, but if you are watching it, if the title drew you here, you're most likely watching it on the day of our full moon, which we do have a full moon in Aries today. This is Monday, October the 6th of 2025, and we are getting ready to I say we're surfing on out the rest of this year. It has been moving hot and heavy. The energies have been flowing. Still got some of that eclipse energy going on and what have you. But I wanted to get in here and take a look and see what kind of messages the full moon may have had for us. So definitely, if this is your first time here, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back, soul family. I'm going to be quiet for just a moment, clear the air, and allow you to take a look at the cards and make your deck selection. And we will get started because this is a pick a card reading. Let me clear the air for a moment. Watch your ears. And of course, as always, we do ask that our tarot guides be present. Archangel Michael, I do ask that you place a wall of protection around us as we go into this reading, as well as Archangel Raphael, bring in your healing love and light. Yeshua, I ask your guidance and direction, as well as Lord Inky and Archangel Metatron. Allow me to see what I need to see, say what I need to say. My tarot guides and ancestors, please be with me as well. Thank you, Ashe. Now then, we'll take just a moment here and let you get a closer look. If pile one is your deck, this deck, depending on how you want to choose, this is the Zend Out Journey Tarot. This is the back of the deck. This is the World card out of the deck. So we have the back and the World card to help you decide. And there is an amethyst here covering this deck. Pile two is the Family Tarot. And we have coral here. This is red coral, and this is the World card out of this deck, as well as the back of this deck. And for pile three, we have the world. This is the Light Seers Tarot, and the World card from this deck. And we have Moonstone covering this deck. So take just a moment and consider which deck you like, and then we'll get in there. There'll be a timestamp for piles 2 and 3, and I'll give you just a moment here, or you can pause it if you need more time, and then we'll get in here and get started. All right, pile 1, welcome to your reading. And we're going to go ahead and get started in here in just a bit. But actually, I'm going to shuffle the deck. We're going to set this aside. We're going to pull a few oracles for you first. And see what energies we have going into this reading. See what messages the full moon has for you today, shall we? Let's see what Ascended Masters may have a message for you first and foremost. Ooh, Kali Ma is here with divine severance. Cut the cords to dramas, fears, and limitations. And a lot of folks get a little bit scared of Kali Ma because she is so fierce. And I get it. If you're on the wrong side of Kali, she ain't nothing to be messed with. But she really is like one of the maternal energies on the planet, so to speak. She really is about protecting hers. And honestly, in this rebirth energy that a lot of us have been experiencing and going through, there's a whole lot of shadow work to be done, a whole lot of karmics showing up and showing out and having to get rid of them and reconsider, and they spinning the block and all the rest of that. So truthfully, this is a beautiful reminder for us, like I said, to cut the cords. Yeah, not only from the drama of other people and their fears and limitations, but even that chatter in our own heads. If we, you are one of the chosen, it's been a bumpy ride, but you also have been shown the vision for where you're headed. It's time for us to get over those fears and limitations. It's time for us to stop standing by the edge of the pool scared to stick our toes in. Spirit is saying, yo, it's go time. It's just about go time now. Truthfully, most of what's got to be done, Spirit is taking care of for us, but we really got to stop living in that lack and know. I've said it before. I know who's calling my channel, and if this reading is here for you, you're kind of a big deal. It's time for you to get out of this limitation. Look at here, what came out. Broken open. I wasn't even looking, but for oh wow, wow, wow. Broken open is here, a grand symphony, and a burst of magic. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's pretty cool. Let's see. We're going to take a look at that. I mean, the broken open energy I get, but since we're looking at them, yeah. This is kind of being cracked open, you springboarding out of grief into allow yourself to see the, like I said, to see the blessing in the lesson, if you will. So there are some situations, especially if we're in this divine severance energy, this is not always comfortable. Most of the time it's not comfortable. Spirit is acknowledging that. However, when we're sitting here with this grand symphony energy, there's a bigger picture the spirit is wanting you to look at, being part of the whole. Like I said, seeing the blessing in the lesson. And the one that I really want to look at here is this burst of magic. Okay, yeah, there will be an epiphany coming out of this. This is a sudden higher knowing, a sense that everything has a purpose, your purpose as a gift bestowed upon you, cultivating conscious contact with a higher power, coming to know what calls you and what lights you up. It says sometimes you may find that something you've been pondering or a dilemma you let go of revisits you without warning. It may hit you while you're thinking about nothing, or the trigger may just be the right words arising in a conversation, book, or blog. An epiphany strikes like a lightning bolt, waking you up to a truth that has previously eluded you. It's as if the whole world stops in that moment as you integrate the missing pieces of the puzzle you were meant to solve all along. This is such a time for you now. Answers are coming directly from source and being downloaded into you with such force of conviction that you cannot be the same again. Be grateful for this beautiful burst of magic. It's not an everyday gift. Inherent in this is the knowledge that Spirit is always listening to you. Spirit is your loving partner, reminding you that you are not alone. Even when it appears that you're trapped, you always have a key to unlock the solution if you cultivate the willingness to be open and in tune with Source. The answers you seek come when you stop looking for them. Be mindful today. When information pops up out of the blue, pay attention. The action you need to take will become obvious to you as you integrate this magical wisdom. Regardless of the subject of your inquiry, you will be transformed. Only good will come of this. So yeah, it may have not looked so hot for a minute. We get that part for real, for real. However, Spirit say, forget what you heard, forget what it looked like. It's going to work for your good. I'm going to reorient these cards. Well, I don't know if you can actually see them. Depending on what you're viewing on, you may be able to enlarge them. enlarge the screen a bit later. But yeah, this burst of magic is going to work in your favor. And then let's see what other gifts from spirit we can look forward to. Oh, that's interesting. This was trapped off behind another deck, but Great Big Love and Beyond the Ordinary was kind of separated from this deck, so I didn't even get to include it in the shuffle. I'm wondering if that's standing out for a reason. If you're calling in, you know what? Some of us are calling in love, some of us are having to walk away from some folks that we love. But either way, in this divine severance, it is a time of change. And sometimes you have to realize, even if we're walking away from some of those things or people or situations that we love, that it is to allow something else in or someone else in during this time. So just have to consider. Ooh, what do we have here? Envy, a life with not many to no friends, use discernment in friendships, repeatedly encountering envy in life, and then mastery is here. And life balance, balancing different elements in life, work hard, play hard, mentally achieving it all in perfect balance, along with mastering what you're being called to, conquering your life mission and discovering your true self. And I think that's what, well, ain't no think, that's what that divine severance is for. You're not just being stripped of everything that's comfortable to you for no reason. Some of those things are being removed because they do not align with where you're being called to. You're being called to a spiritual leveling up and a mastery that you kind of sort of are going to need to clear the deck for. Let's see what else we got going on here, shall we? And I know I used to think, who in the world gonna envy me? I ain't got nothing. I ain't this. I ain't that. Blah blah blah. Don't get caught in that trap, because I did the same thing. And here's the thing: you don't envy other people, so you don't expect people to envy you. But they see you before you see you. They can see your trajectory of where you're headed, or even your spiritual energy. There are some folks that perceive auras and things even before that, long before they will be what they call considered spiritual. Some of your haters just see who you really are and what you got going on or what's coming your way, and trust me, they genuinely resent you for it. We got shame here. You carried this burden far too long. It's time to release the guilt you've placed on yourself and start a new chapter in your life. Set a new goal and begin taking action toward happiness. Yeah. And that, back to divine severance, it talks about cutting the cords to dramas, like I said, other people, yes, but also to fears and limitations. This shame thing, this is a lot of folks have this to deal with in their healing. How could I have done the da 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 XYZ? Oh my goodness, my life was such a train wreck back then, blah, blah, blah. I know I'm not going to be able to step into this. I'm talking about starting this new life and this and that. But what about what all of that stuff that happened? Forget all of that. Do you not understand that we on a whole new timeline and you're being called to step into being a whole new person? You are being rebirthed. So whatever happened back there is completely immaterial. And anybody who remembers it and wants to throw it in your face, they need to go somewhere and heal too, because you are not that person anymore. You ain't been that person. That person is so far in your rearview mirror. That's one of the reasons you don't really have that many folks is envy and this going it alone thing. Most of them people that fell clean off your timeline because your energy been steadily rising little by little by little. You're not that person anymore. There's no need for you to continue to wallow in this shame. Let it go. Not only do you not need to hold yourself in shame, but it's also telling us to hold, it says release judgment. Holding on to judgment, whether of yourself or others, only clouds your vision. Release it and see the world and your path with clearer eyes. When we start on that spiritual journey, very often Oh, we are kumbaya, hug a tree. We just love and light, and we don't forgive everybody, and we praying for everybody around the world, and we want peace in the Middle East and all this other good stuff. We can forgive all of our tormentors. We really, really take to heart that Gandhi thing. I forgive those who brought me pain, for they are my teachers, and we bless all of that, and still don't be to forgive ourselves. Still, we're our own worst critic. Still harsh and judging ourselves and our body and our thoughts and our this and our that. Mistakes we made, every little thing. We just be nitpicking ourselves to pieces. And I want to challenge you today, when you catch yourself doing that, stop and listen to the chatter in your head. Write it down if you have to. And if you caught one of your friends talking about themselves in that way or talking about someone else in that way, what would you say to them? Would you still join in that mess? I doubt it, or you wouldn't really be ascending. So if you wouldn't talk to someone else that way, and instead of beating them down and steadily talking crap to them and talking ugly about them and poking fun at them and bullying up on them, if you would encourage them and kind of love up on them a little bit and remind them that they are somebody and that spirit loves them too. If you will do that for somebody else, I challenge you today. When you catch yourself doing that, stop and be your own best friend. All of those beautiful words you have for other people out there, all of them puppies you want to save and all the strangers you want to help on the street, be at least that good to yourself. Let go of this shame and judgment. And what do we have on the way here? Miracles. You're being asked to pay extra close attention to all the big and small miracles that have already occurred in your life, and also to those that are currently occurring and are still to come. Miracles surround you. Be on the lookout for them. And I honestly believe that we are approaching this season of miracles. I've been reading these energies of rebirth, transformation, ascension, all year long in one way or another. It's been steadily ramping up and up. And I really believe that we're coming into the season where we're going to actually see that tipping over of the scales and start to actually see the physical manifestations coming in a larger way. Like they said, they're already coming in small ways, but you're going to begin to see them in larger ways that you can no longer deny and you can no longer dismiss as coincidence. You're going to have to start understanding that these are things coming out of the vortex for you. We got wise prophet here, foresee the path ahead. Some of you have been given the vision, but you didn't even dare to believe it because you thought you don't want to seem like you're being too arrogant or whatever. Look, humility is all well and good, but sometimes we get pushed, or it's almost like the world bullies you into a sense of false humility because we're told if we're not humble, then something is wrong. It's not being arrogant when you really know something is the truth. When you've got faith in what spirit has shown you, just because them folks out there that you're trying to talk to don't see it or believe it, and they want to talk crap to you and talk down on your gifts and talk down on your visions and all the rest of that, that don't mean they ain't true. You've already been shown. You've foreseen the path ahead. You've been shown it. Like, what is it Steve Harvey said? Don't The best way to kill a vision is to share to kill a big dream is to share it with a small-minded person. You can't share your vision with these people. They can't sit at your table, and therefore they were not shown what you've been shown. That part. The angel of joy is here. Embrace joy and happiness. Even in the small times, even before you can see it, you know it's coming. You can feel it's coming. Embrace the joy of it before it gets here, because that's a way to help it get here. Gratitude and appreciation is a wonderful way to help coax things out of the vortex. We have tribal elder here, honor ancestral traditions and power. Some of us are actually being drawn to, and when I say ancestral traditions and power, Some of us are being taken past our recent generational and traditions and power all the way back to the beginning, like our real ancestors. We're being drawn into Kemetan lore, or in my case, I'm an Anunnaki priestess. Yeshua took me all the way back to the beginning. I'm looking at the Anunnaki text and the Sumerian text and things like that, and beginning to look more at those than what we got in, Sunday school from what have you. I'm not, again, I ain't trying to bash anybody that's still on that path, but a lot of us are being called out of that because you are a tribal elder. It's time for you to change the status quo because Spirit has shown you something dramatically different than was revealed to some other folks, and that's okay. You can't keep denying it just because it's not what everybody else sees and knows and believes. You have to see and know and believe what you see and know and believe. Now let's see what else we got possibly coming. Looking forward to here, and then we're gonna pull a little tarot. Ooh, something got to be cut loose though. Scythe is here at the cut. Like I said, it's a reckoning, basically a cutting away, liberation, and bouquet. Happy, harmony, beauty is right here too. But we're gonna see what comes out of the deck for us, shall we? Ooh, a double rainbow. This is divine intervention with an ascension. Perfect timing, serendipity, as above, so below, with the child here, beginnings, brand new creativity, a new perspective. And I mean, it could have something to do with a literal child if that's something that you're looking for, but a child in the tarot is not always an actual child. Wow, wow, wow. We've got double rainbow, child, and trophy here. And interesting, 13, that's that rebirth number again as well. But this is a victory, folks. Ambition, reward, possibly even awards, but for sure reward. Like, yeah, meeting your goals. This is absolutely beautiful. So keep on going. Don't get tripped up. Like I said, let this divine severance happen. There's a lot of beautiful, beautiful, beautiful things on deck for you. Wow. Now I want to see. Let's look at the tarot. Ooh, wow! At the split, we got the Four of Wands, which is literally your ships coming in, movement towards your wishes fulfilled, what have you. Not even movement towards. The Three of Wands is movement towards it. Four of Wands is here. That's the doorway, and it's quite a lot. The Six of Pentacles, that's reciprocity to the point that you actually have enough to share. This is give and take. This is philanthropy, humanitarianism. Yeah. Let's see what else we got here. King of Wands. Ooh, we got the King of Wands and Judgment and the Eight of Wands. Woo! And the Wheel of Fortune with the High Priestess. What else? And the Knight of Pentacles. Mm-hmm. They always say the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight in the deck, but he is the most reliable one too. So it does look. I know it's been a minute and a half coming. Some of y'all are kind of weary and wondering, Lord, when is it coming? When? I am so tired because it's you've been shown the vision, but you can't quite get it rolling because the finances haven't lined up. The Pentacles ain't lined up just right. But you've been cooking something here. King of Wands is very charismatic. I mean, for real, like the ideas, like a for real go getter. In this Judgment card, Spirit, like I said, that's spiritual court. You have been tried and found worthy. That's a beautiful thing. Eight of Wands is swift movement towards whatever's coming in. And then the Wheel of Fortune, you are ending out this karma season and entering into a dharma season. That High Priestess energy, the High Priestess is all about her intuition. She don't talk, but she knows. And she's a powerful manifester too. The Empress ain't the only one. Ooh, we got authority here. That's Emperor energy all day. Emperor energy. This is Emperor energy, sacral chakra, and new beginnings. You're manifesting. We manifest basically, I mean, our ideas and all that. When we're in our root chakra, that is survival mode. That's our basis stuff: food, shelter, the beginnings of like our reproductive desires, that and stuff. And then some of it starts moving into the sacral as well. But once you actually get into the sacral, that really is about like pleasure, and it's out of survival mode, and you're starting to genuinely manifest. And like by the time it reaches the next chakra, the solar plexus, is for real where that spouts from, like big time. Let's see what else we got here. Oh. Oh, yeah. Heartache and losses here with the Wheel of Fortune. I think, like I said, this is the end of this Dharma season. I mean, the Karma season. The Wheel of Fortune, you can be either at the top of the wheel or the bottom of the wheel. And a lot of folks, as you start ascending, that envy, that being alone, you're going to start noticing. I hate to be the one to say it, but people talk about Judgment Day for your enemies. There's going to be a lot of folks that's falling off to the bottom of this wheel, but that really ain't your business. You're going to be at the top of this wheel. It has caused, it's been some loss in there. Kali Ma acknowledged that right out the beginning. This is kind of a Three of Swords energy, but we also have a Three of Cups energy, rejoice and celebration. And then like a Two of Cups energy, spiritual union. So I mean, this may actually, we saw child here, so this may actually be a romantic scenario, but we really wasn't pulling for a love situation. This is your message from the full moon. So if you are manifesting love, then yes, this is a very strong confirmation of that. But even if you're not looking for an improvement in your love life or calling in love, this is calling in more cooperative components. This has been that lonely road, the divine severance. You're not just left out there alone forever. You've been alone for a time, but as this season turns and these miracles are coming in, and this Knight of Pentacles finally bring his slow self on, and all those other good things, there will be soul family coming in for you. So that is absolutely gorgeous. Now I'm going to grab one of these to see what the message is for you from the Light Workers Oracle. Ground yourself. Apparently that is what is needed at this time. We're going to read that message and see what Spirit has to say about it. You long for the free and open worlds of spirit and light, yet you also yearn to experience the healing power and divine joy of sacred sound and living color. You are meant to bring joy, beauty, and comfort to this world, to share the spiritual light. Okay, yes, you covered enough. Sorry. To do so, you need grounding. Your dreams want you just as much as you want them. Grounding helps you bring your dreams to life in your world for the benefit of many. When a reminder comes from higher guidance to ground oneself, it is a loving encouragement, never a judgment. Grounding is a spiritual version of remembering to call your mother. It is a chance to check in with what is happening in your physical life and make sure you're giving appropriate time and energy to what really matters to your heart. It is a chance to appreciate the beauty of the natural world and the love in your relationships. It is a chance to make sure your spiritual work is being applied in your life in ways that feel good for you. It is a chance to speak your prayers rather than only think them. You might even dance them or create a colorful flower offering for your altar or sing them from your heart. We are guided to ground ourselves when there has been an increase of light to the head. This can occur through meditation, prayer, or conscious connection with spirit. You may be on fire with ideas and inspiration, but struggling to express them all practically. You may even feel congested or tense in parts of your body where the energy needs some help to flow, such as this sacral chakra here. This is a sign to move in a way that feels freeing, strengthening, and expressive, and to add healthy relaxation and exercise into your lifestyle to allow for healing to occur. Then the light can move through your entire body, bringing vitality and helping you translate your ideas into your reality. So, a little more self care is here. Spirit is just reminding you, especially, I mean, even if you've been exercising, maybe switch up the routine a little bit just to be into more movements that allow the chakras to clear. You might even want to look up that or do some free dance or whatever. It may be different for different people, but definitely look into that. Some breath work and grounding are in order at this time for you. Ooh, Spirit also says be clear on what you want, put action to your goals, and make them a reality. Like I said, you're manifesting right now, so be very, very mindful of that. Don't allow the wrong stuff to grab your attention or cloud your radar, so to speak. Let love be your guide. Live a life from love, guided by love. And you deserve good things. Keep your focus on what you want. So it's really, really telling you with this grounding, be very intentional right now because you're calling in miracles. You're in the process of clearing some things out. You're releasing things, but you're calling in a lot of things as well. It does look like there's a little bit of a dark night of the soul you're going to be going through here, but you're moving into this emperor energy for your new beginning to really, really be anchored in, and there is celebration and cooperative unions coming in here. And I'm loving we got this high priestess and emperor energy. So that is your message, Power One. I hope that the rest of the energies, we're gonna be in the new moon and in the full moon energy for a while. So definitely take advantage of it. And yeah, congratulations. And definitely take care of yourself and those around you. And I really it's been a quite a bit of a journey, but I fully expect that by spring, quite a lot of you are going to be looking back and understanding what this was really, really all about. So yeah, absolutely, this was your message. And if this resonates, I mean, if you are drawn to more than one pile, we are going to continue on with pile two here in just a moment. But other than that, if not, definitely, I thank you for joining me here. Subscribe to the channel if you've not, and of course, share this with anybody that you feel can use the messages. And we hope to see you on other videos. Peace and blessings to you, soul family. I love you. Namaste. All right, pile two, welcome to your reading. We're going to go ahead and get started in here. And this is, like I said, this is the family tarot. Give this a quick little shuffle, then we're going to put it aside and pull some oracle cards for you first. I just wanted to go ahead and get that. Ooh, something's definitely ending for you though. What you don't see coming is this Ten of Swords, the end of the cycle at the bottom of the deck here. But I know that's a lot of us are waiting for these cycles to end. Like I said, a lot of the collective has been in like a rebirth and transformation cycle. Ooh, Ishtar, inner learnings. Follow your heart. Truth prevails. So, is there something that you've been seeing lately in your thoughts, dreams, prayers, meditations, kind of showing itself around you? And maybe some folks have been trying to talk you off the ledge. Oh, you crazy. You don't know what you're talking about. Oh, that's blasphemy. Oh, whatever. I mean, it could be any number of things for you. Only you'll know. But Spirit is telling me, saying, no, no, no. Don't matter what they think or want. It ain't that ain't their business. Oh, oh that's tender embraces here. Exposed and revealed in earth magic. Ooh, that's interesting. Let's take a look, shall we? Yeah. Okay, this is self care, care for others, sensitivity, infinite empathy, benevolence, and kindness. It says, put your hand on your heart and breathe deeply, inhaling a sense of gratitude. Now, how do you feel? Keep doing this, tuning in to the world around you, others you know, and even those you don't know. Can you feel compassion for them? So, following your heart and allowing truth to prevail. Some of us are being drawn to more compassionate thoughts, or like I said, that idea of unconditional love. And of course, the rest of the world will tell you you're foolish for that, and oh, you being too naive or too soft or whatever. Now, I'm not saying go out and be a doormat for everybody, because there's way a lot of us, a lot of us gotta be recovering people pleasers at this time. We do have to learn how to say no. But it also is talking about embracing this compassionate um, energy around others, because you're being called into divine service, and it does look like your service is going to have something to do with helping others and therefore stepping into this more compassionate role. Honestly, I think that's one of the reasons why the chosen have such a rough life to begin with, and people did you wrong and this and that, all those things, because it in overcoming those things and learning to forgive those who did us wrong, it allows us to become more compassionate people than most of the world around us. Exposed and revealed is here. This is about healing shame, imposter syndrome, letting go of self condemnation, freedom from past unresolved wounds, focusing on self worth and the underlying beauty in rejection. When you experience shame, you don't just feel you've done something wrong, you feel like you are wrong, fundamentally flawed. Know that life loves you and the universe doesn't make junk, only magic. However, many social interactions, especially online, are steeped in distorted, unhealthy ways of expressing pain by shaming. If you've ever sat in on one of my live streams, you see that. You see it every time on my other channel, especially, that people that don't know me from a can of paint just decide to jump in and say hateful, hurtful things, very inappropriate things, just because they just miserable, you know? Here's the way out of this. See shame as the heart wrenching cry for help that it is. Consider whether you would have been triggered in the outer world by unresolved issues that matched all your inner pain points. If someone is shaming you, perhaps you have triggered them. How miserable they must be to expend their energy on such toxicity. They are drinking poison, hoping you will get sick. You cannot love someone out of their shame. You can only show compassion for both them and yourself. Set a healthy boundary and refuse to fan the flames. Look upon shame as an opportunity for growth, evolution, healing, and freedom. With this in mind, can you let go of your attachment to control? Admit that this emotion isn't something you have power over and surrender to a higher power. There is a sacred quality to the vulnerability inherent in admitting you can't do this alone. When you allow yourself to be laid open in this way, you gain a beautiful new perspective. then the healed shame has the infinite power of the divine to set you free. You know what? And that's something I'm glad that I did read. This is for the collective, but that idea of imagining when people are setting out to just hurt you for no reason, that comparing them to them being the one drinking the poison, hoping that you'll get sick, really helps you understand how truly sick these people are. It stops you from even feeling any kind of way about what they're saying. Because 99% of the time, they're talking about a bunch of foolishness that don't have nothing to do with nothing. You know? I got people, if they can't find nothing else to talk about, they'll criticize the fact that I wear a head wrap on my head. What? People wear baseball caps, scarves, wigs, weaves, some of everything else. And because I choose to wear a hair wrap and a bindi, there are people that genuinely will come into my live stream and talk about that because they ain't got nothing better to do with their lives. What is that you wearing? Clothes? What are you wearing? You know? I think it's funny, They be trying their best to make me mad, and most of the time they wind up leaving because they can't anger me with that. Now, if they get real rude and disrespectful to the point that it's triggering people in the live stream, then yeah, they may have to go. But they can't genuinely hurt me with none of that because I know that they just on like their own little demon time. They are hurt. They're showing their own hurts by trying to hurt somebody else. Earth magic is here. This is talking about being grounded in nature, the quiet, dark place where all things begin, where essence is first ignited before manifestation, knowing you're part of the earth and that she is part of you. So, yeah, this is a lot about grounding. I know grounding was actually one of the final closing thoughts for Pile 1. So, if this card really speaks to you, you may want to go back and look at Pile 1 as well. That was a really beautiful reading there because it is about really kind of getting out of your own way, getting past. There was that idea of that getting past the shame and the imposter syndrome and all of that to understand that you are undergoing a transformation and manifesting some things. So, definitely something to be considered here. Compassion and earth magic. You sound look like you're getting ready to do something big for humanity. I love it. Because for real, that's one of the reasons people get so much compassion. Well, I mean, compassion is lovely to have anyway, but once compassion is fully developed and you wind up with the means to help, you want to help. You just want to help. Being mindful, finding joy in a slower paced life, admiring beauty in small treasures, living a mindful and engaged life. We have the ancestors here, clearing ancestral agreements, pain and trauma, limiting beliefs, imprints, healing the ancestral lines in the future, along with newborn soul, novices of physical existence, lessons, basic life lessons, survival, flesh. The traits are untamed, childlike, and unrefined. Is that why you're getting so much compassion as well to help the new souls that are struggling here? Because I don't believe newborn soul necessarily applies to you unless it's just telling you to have that kind of an attitude of a newborn soul, but most of the folks on this planet are old souls. And honestly, with the healing and the things that you've been through, I think maybe this is about having compassion for the newborn souls so you can be a benefit to them. Because yeah, if you're sent here clearing ancestral agreements, it's not likely that the newborn soul is you. Maybe it's just having that attitude or that point of view of a newborn soul in your mindfulness. Ooh, speak your truth just popped out. Something else just fell here. Let me see what that is, because usually when they hit the floor, they speak really loudly. It's out the way over here. Yeah, warrior spirit is here and speaking your truth. That newborn soul is not you. That's the souls you're gonna be helping. You stay silent long enough, speak up, stand your ground, state your perspectives. You'll rise to higher vibrations when you let your voice be heard. And there's a relentless commitment to to challenge, to challenges. Excuse me. Approaches life as a personal battle, here to master your forceful nature. And maybe that's why that call to compassion is there too, because, oh, yep, fresh start. You're being given the opportunity to begin again. Allow yourself to embrace this new life and open up fully to this gift that you're being given. So maybe that's why you got newborn soul there, because it's not genuinely that you have, because you are old soul, you done did this before, but it's telling you to take the perspective of the newborn soul. You're here for this fresh start, and not saying you're gonna completely walk away from the warrior spirit. Speaking your truth requires some of that warrior spirit, but I think it's just you're kind of softening your stance a little bit because you have fought for a long time, and now it's time to. Why? I just heard Jesus take the wheel. That's not something I necessarily normally get, but I mean, it's genuinely time for you to allow your angels, ancestors, and guides to kind of drive this next chapter a little bit. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's not a phrase that I would normally use, but that's what I heard. Jesus take the wheel. River's melody is here. Flow with the universe's guidance, along with spirit of the forest, nature's wisdom and healing, and crystal messenger. Enhance your intuition with gems and crystals. Yeah, you're being called to stop being such a warrior and be more of like I said, tune into Gaia more. Be a moon mama. Be a crystal, whatever. You being called to kind of get into those energies a little bit more during this time, because there is healing in those. In it's There's healing in nature. You can tap into the universe's guidance. When you're tapped into nature, you can actually hear spirit more strongly. Now, let's see what we got over here. The air element is here. Likely says something is developing here. So talks about ideas, intellectual beings, mental acuity, bright ideas. So something you've been shown or brewing in this fresh start, or you will be shown. Falcon is here, rising above. This is about strategy and skill, a far-reaching vision. Ooh, okay. Having that eagle eye with this fresh start. Okay, so compassion is coming together with the being mindful newborn soul, getting over your imposter syndrome and your sense of self-doubt or lack for this new start, and in speaking you finna do something really big. Tracks are here, forward movement, on track, focal point. I think I can, yeah, that part. Going the distance. So whatever it is that spirit is either has already put in your mind and heart, or that will be coming to mind in the upcoming weeks and months, pay attention to that, because it's your calling. It's gonna be a big one. Let's see what the tarot has to say over here. Let's see. What is that? Eight of Wands. Told you movement towards something here. The way that card stuck out, I think we have to take it. Yeah. Ooh, what you don't see coming, Ten of Pentacles. Four of Wands is there too. I'm telling you, you got movement towards something here. And the Queen of Pentacles. Yes. She is sure enough about taking care of all that she surveys. I mean, the King of Pentacles does too, but she's got that loving kind of motherly, like I said, everybody in her empire going, oh my goodness, and the Empress. What are you manifesting? Do you even know yet? Hey, Spirit showing you, gonna show you for real though. And that's why you're being pulled out of that warrior spirit with the Tower. Okay. Yeah, Spirit is literally calling you out of warrior spirit. Yeah, you still gonna have to keep some backbone because you're being called to speak your truth. But this newborn soul is about softening your energy or your stance to, like I said, to this softer place that allows you to step out of warrior energy into this Empress, Queen of Pentacles type energy. Because you got big things to do. And Queen of Wands manifesting. And the Four of Wands came out anyway. Wow. Yeah. The Four of Wands, it came out in that first pile too. The now I love in this card it talks about wait a minute, what does this say? You know, energy, will, desire, and charisma. But truthfully, the wands are about your desire. Like I said, desires being manifested. Two of wands, the ace of wands is the beginning desire. Two of wands is kind of launching it out there. Three of wands is looking for it to come back in fulfilled. And four of wands is coming in the harbor, baby. It's here. And with all of these queens and the empress here, you're like really manifesting. You got eight of wands, 10 of coins, queen of coins, the empress, this tower is here, and the queen of wands. So don't be scared about that tower. Ooh, look at here, ace of cups. Yeah, definitely don't be. And ooh, the queen of swords is right there too. And death with this rebirth. Yeah. That tower is nothing to be anxious about. Spirit is moving some things around to allow for change. Ooh. At the split, we had passion ignited here with light. So it's kind of like, yeah, wow. Got what's that? Sun energy and ace of wands. We're going to see what comes out of here with them. Ooh, Three of Cups, rejoice and celebration. The Fool is here. That Fool energy, new beginnings is called in this deck. So I'm loving that with the Ten of Pentacles. Recognition and reward. So you got a 3-3 message right here. And then Shadow. Is that Judgment? For the moon, I think. Yeah, it's the moon. So yeah, you don't see it, but it don't matter. You don't have to see it because I'm telling you, the Empress and the moon together, that might be interesting. And then you have obstacles and challenges here with the Tower, but again, that's kind of that Five of Pentacles energy. We get that part. I wouldn't be overly concerned with that. There's no way that Spirit is going to deliver all the stuff to you without the means to see it through. You have to have it. Yeah, Two of Wands type energy, movement, choices, decisions. It's coming in. Empress energy again here. Fertility, along with patience and planning. This is like Seven of Cups. And prosperity begins, Ace of Pentacles. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's lovely. Let's do this. I want to get one of these. See what's the main thing you might need to be aware of or work on as you await all of these upgrades. And this is this is a show enough humdinger of a metamorphosis or rebirth or whatever it is you want to call it. This is amazing. Like I said, you're going from warrior spirit to newborn soul, but it's for the purpose of going into your life path. Ooh, two of these came, and we got to look at both of them the way they came. Life path is here and spiritual service. Now, that, again, don't let spiritual service get you tied up, because a lot of folks think that because you in some kind of spiritual work, you ain't supposed to have no money. No, no, no. This looks like you're literally manifesting quite a bit of wealth in this Empress energy here. Empress with the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands type energy there. That's quite a lot. And Ten of Pentacles energy. But yeah, let's take a look at this, because 20 is here. Oh, and they came in as 20 and 21. So we definitely got to take a look at both of those. Do you wonder about your divine life path and purpose? You have been enrolled in spiritual training. This training might be obvious in the form of a course you're undertaking or hidden in a life lesson that is currently triggering your healing, learning, or growth. Whether it is obvious or not, successfully completing this training will empower you to fulfill your divine purpose this lifetime. Further clarity will be revealed to you. The universe promises that you shall know what you need at the perfect time and in a way that you cannot miss. You are in spiritual training for a divine mission that serves your soul development and spiritual growth whilst simultaneously helping others. It will help you express your spiritual purpose this lifetime. At times, your training may be aligned with study or applying your skills in ways that seem more obviously aligned with a spiritual path. At other times, your spiritual training may be disguised in ordinary life circumstances. If you're unsure of what you're meant to be learning, of exactly how you are in spiritual training at the moment, look to the situations in your life that are causing you the most struggle. This is where you'll find your training taking place. The struggle, that tower's energy, the struggle is the place where holding on. The struggle is the place where holding on is competing with letting go. It is, however, nothing to be ashamed of. A growth edge where you are doing the inner work of growing into more peace, trust, and love is a sign that you are certainly growing. It isn't comfortable. Sometimes it might cause fatigue and even a feeling of defeat. Yet you shall not give up. You shall continue, and in time you shall triumph with a feeling of peace, resolution, and wisdom. If you're feeling stuck, perhaps you're working on a significant issue or challenge that won't seem to resolve itself no matter how much effort you apply, then you're being guided to ask for more help from your spiritual team using the invocation below. Call upon your own higher self and soul to take over all aspects of the issue. Be patient. Do not resist what is, but neither collapse into it. Use your spiritual practice, for example, meditation, journaling, dance, music, art, yoga, time in nature, and prayer to strengthen you as you move through this training. If you're uncertain about what is happening in your life now, don't fret. Sometimes a smaller desire has to be sacrificed for the attainment of the greater vision. Be at peace. Know that all things shine at the right time, and so shall you. This oracle is also a confirmation that a vision of your path on earth is being shared with you, whether in small daydreams, big dreams at night, in meditation, or simply in the feedback you receive repeatedly from different sources. You are being asked to trust in what you see, sense, and feel about your vision for your life path and divine purpose. Even if you're not clear, trust that it is coming to you with loving divine timing. Be open minded and listen for what makes your heart sing. And the invocation here: I call upon the wise and unconditionally loving ones to assist me now in perceiving, living, and manifesting my truest and most joyful life path and divine purpose. Help me know what I need to know when I need to know it. And with everything else, may I be assisted to feel peace, trust, and patience as my beautiful life path unfolds, guided by the loving hand of the universe. May unconditional love reach into the hearts of all living beings, helping every creature to find true fulfillment of their destiny. So be it. Wow. And then we have spiritual service, card 21. Self doubt can be a habit that is hard to break. It can slow down your spiritual progress and the fulfillment of your life purpose. Ultimately, it won't stop you, but it can make your progress seem more challenging. It's easier to fulfill your purpose when you acknowledge your own goodness and talent and do what you love to the best of your ability. Realize that you are enough, that your work is good, and that you have something of value to offer. It is time to let go of fear of failure, concern about your ability, and your right to live a happy and fulfilled life of success. The universe believes in you. You are being called to service beyond that which you have accomplished thus far. That is because you are ready, capable, and willing to step up to another level of spiritual responsibility and freedom. Your mind, however, may question your ability. You may be afraid that you cannot perform well enough, that you're not skilled or experienced enough, that you're not as good as others, or that you do not have enough value to offer. These are nothing more than wounded beliefs about your self worth. It is time to recognize this wounding and not empower these beliefs as truths anymore. Back to, was it exposed and revealed? Yeah. Be kind to your mind. It will be happier without such beliefs. You can free yourself from the pain they cause and become more realistic about your gifts and your potential. Now it is time for you to trust love more than your wounds. As you release these old beliefs, you create more space within you to receive impressions of how you can most joyfully serve the greater good. No longer hampered by undermining and draining beliefs and self doubt, you will have more energy to act on your intuition and guidance. If at any time you find yourself blocked by fear or performance anxiety, it can be helpful to release these blocks by simply asking yourself how you could best serve the greater good at this time. The answer to this question will never be to shrink back in fear. It will always be to choose belief over doubt. It will be to move ahead, to take the opportunity offered to you as a vote of confidence from the universe. This realization will bring you peace of mind so you can resume your progress and share what you have with the world. If you've been working hard, taking the opportunities that have come to you, and are still feeling as though you're not quite where you wish to be in terms of fulfilling your life purpose and divine destiny, you are now asked to acknowledge all that you have attained so far. Acknowledge all the people you've assisted in your own special way, all the positive influence of love that you've added to the collective human soul through your willingness to take your spiritual journey. Open your heart and care about life on earth. Your spiritual service has been noticed by the spiritual worlds, and you will be empowered to serve in increasingly beautiful ways. Your service is already successful and will only increase in potency, power, and peace. Wow, that is beautiful. Now let's grab one more set of cards here on the way out the door. We got shine love on fear. Love will light up the darkness. Along with you are here for a purpose. Learning, realizing what matters to you. It's safe to let go. You are surrounded by love. So somebody is really, really, spirit is letting you know that all of that imposter syndrome, self doubt, holding back, all of that you've been had. Like I said, you were stuck in warrior spirit, but I think that was kind of a little bit in the imbalance. But now that you're balancing things, you're gonna still hold on to a little bit of that so you can speak your truth, but mostly you're being shifted into this place of love so that you can step into your life purpose, and it is to serve humanity with a compassionate spirit. This is your message. Congratulations to you. Like I said, all of the stuff you've been through hasn't been for nothing. You are manifesting quite a lot, looks like here. And whether you male or female, it doesn't matter. These queen energy, queen of coins, queen of wands with the empress, that just means you're birthing something into, like I said, the divine feminine energy. We all have masculine and feminine in our energy, but it's time. A spirit is saying you, instead of pushing things into place in this masculine warrior type spirit, you're going to balance and create more from the feminine energy and birth things into existence. You're manifesting it. It's part of your life path. So thank you so much for joining me, Pile Two. Like I said, if this reading really resonates with you, you may want to check with Pile One as well, because it looks like one kind of, they weren't exactly the same, but one is kind of pivoting off of the other. But there is definitely an idea of transformation here, and kind of that moving out of the self doubt and self fear to allow these changes to take place. So, thank you so much for joining me here today. Please give the video a thumbs up if you have not already done so, and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And of course, share the video with anyone that you think might benefit from the message. And until next time, Soul Family, peace and blessings to you. I love you. If you were also called to Pile 3, that will be coming up in a moment. And if not, we will see you on the next one. I love you. Namaste. All right, Pile 3, welcome to your reading. Let's see what messages the full moon has for you. See what's going on out in these spiritual streets for you. Bear with me here a little bit. We're going to give these a quick shuffle. Then we're going to get with some oracle cards first and come back to the cards. Or to the tarot, I should say. We still got other cards to look at. We're going to revisit the tarot in a little bit here. First and foremost, we're going to see which of the Ascended Masters are going to preside over this reading for you. Ooh, you got two that came out. Interesting. Ooh, Saint Germain with the violet flame, alchemy, releasing the old, making way for the new, along with Hathor, light activation, acceleration, brilliance, and standing in your light. So if you have not been working with Saint Germain, you might want to reach out to him. Because, like I said, the other readings only had one card came out. You got two here that means something. And if you, I mean, you can look into the violet flame and perhaps working with the violet flame, call that into your meditations as well. But yeah, something is to you making way for the getting, like I said, letting go of the old and making way for the new, which has been the theme kind of in all three of the readings. If this, you may want to check out piles 1 and 2 as well. But we are in a rebirth energy, so I'm not really surprised to see it kind of sort of come playing out as a theme for all three piles. Oh wow. This is interesting because two of these cards actually came out with the, well, you know what? I shuffled them. You saw me shuffle them 3 times, so I kind of sort of have to take them because that's the message. Two of these cards, I was only planning on taking 3, but 4 cards came out. And Earth Magic and Exposed and Revealed, the first and fourth cards that come out, actually came out in pile 2's reading. And truthfully, this is kind of like, this is about being more grounded. Of course, getting in touch with Gaia, you allowing those energies to transmute and work, like allowing the energies to flow. In that reading, like I said, the idea of working with crystals and the earth and kind of tapping into that Gaia energy came out. But exposed and revealed is about transformation, but it's like getting over your fears and self doubts, imposter syndrome, feeling not enoughness, that sort of thing. It's literally like spirit is revealing to you that none of those things that you thought about your lack and limitation, none of that is true. They're laying bare the truth to the fact that you kind of a big deal. Great and full is about tapping into the spirit of gratitude. It definitely is a big help as far as your manifestations and all. But I want to read Close Encounters here and see what we. Vulnerability as a strength, letting others see your wounds as well as your strengths, setting healthy boundaries. This is a time of connection that asks for you to be vulnerable and authentic. Let go of any social masks or constructs you use to keep yourself apart from others. And what did Saint Germain say here? Release the old, make way for the new. hmm When you become close to people, you remind yourself that you're not alone. You're part of a beautiful, meaningful bond. At a deep spiritual level, there are so many lessons offered to you in this closeness. At a social level, intimate relationships help you ignite the spark of life that is the power of affinity. You flourish as a result of offering emotional honesty, a true desire for equality, love, friendship, and laughter. Yeah, we aren't meant to be alone, yet sometimes we're wounded and we build walls around ourselves so that we don't get hurt again. It's time to be honest about yours and step out from behind that barrier and engage all of life. This is a beautiful opportunity to allow your vulnerability to be your strength as you choose to live in integrity and without artifice. Even in your work life, this mode of connection allows you to be truly present. When you live this way, everything and everyone thrives. You have no need to defend yourself when you're being truly and utterly you, empowered by your raw openness and willingness to be seen. In this way, your close encounters will not fail you. There is much to celebrate when you stand eye to eye, shoulder to shoulder, sharing your heart. Mmm. That's interesting because, and I get it. A lot of us have been hurt so many times and so badly till we just like, you know what? I ain't putting myself out there no more. Bump all of that. I'm good. Mm-mm. But Spirit is saying, that's not the way it's gonna be. Hold on, I'm trying to. Yeah, I wanted to read Saint Germain's card here too. I might read both of them. The Count Saint Germain was an 18th century European adventurer and alchemist. During his life on Earth, it is said that he rubbed shoulders with some of the most elite members of European society, but his background was shrouded in mystery. He was acknowledged to be a man of miracles because he was a noted alchemist and magician and apparently never aged. He claimed to be over 500 years old, though most likely this was a joke. Okay, if y'all, I don't think it was a joke for real because it said that him and Yeshua are pretty tight. And if anybody ever listened to the channel work Anna, grandmother of Jesus, even Anna was said to have left her body coming back and forth in and out of the body here on the earth for over 600 years. She was a high mystic and alchemist and knew how to travel the dimensions. And yeah, anyway. He was known for giving public demonstrations of magic, illusions, and telepathy, and was probably a member of the Rosicrucian order. Rumor has it that even though he moved in highly influential circles, he probably felt like an outsider because he was an illegitimate child. Thus, from the heavenly realms, he helps all those who call on him to find their place in the world. He is also associated with a spiritual energy called the violet flame, which can be invoked to aid transformation. I would also highly encourage you to look into, I think it's Secrets Revealed and I think it's called the Unfinished Finnish mystery or the it's Guy Ballard, the same person who did the I Am Discourses of Saint Germain. He has two books that he talks a lot about this kind of stuff. And there's some channeled works in the later part of the 20th century that are most interesting. One of them was done in like 1972, 82, something like that. And it's more relevant today than when the lady channeled it. But there is a French, I don't know if it was the French BBC or some French organization. If you look up Saint Germain on YouTube, there's a video. It is in subtitles, but it is an interview with a man who claims to be Saint Germain, and it was from the 1970s, and he was singing with some French singer on there. But the things that he said and the things that he knew and all of that, it makes one wonder. I mean, I get it. The folks that throw doubt on everything don't want to believe, but the man actually turned lead into gold, or talked the interviewer in through how to do it. But on during that interview, he actually turned a little piece of lead into gold. So they can doubt it and say it was a joke and all the rest of that stuff, but yeah, that part. You are in a powerful vortex of transmutation and change. The violet flame of transformation, is with you, and all that has felt heavy, overwhelming, and dark is being transformed into opportunities for growth and freedom. Past dramas and traumas are now being cleared from your energy, and if you're concerned about how to move forward, know that willingness is enough, and the universe will take care of the rest. Surrender and release the old, the past, and all that no longer serves you. In order for the new to enter your life, you must make the energetic space to welcome it in. Know that what has happened to you will never define you, and that you have the ability to surmount all that has held you back. This is a time of alchemy, where you take what feels like lead and turn it into gold, or in your case, health, wealth, and loving connections with others. And because we read that one, I'm going to give this proper respect. We're going to check out Hathor as well. Acceleration, brilliance, stand in your light. Hathor, also known as Het is the cow goddess in ancient Egypt and the solar goddess who is strongly connected to the sky and fertility. Hathor worship dates back to the 3rd millennium BC. Hathor is easily recognized, for she wears a sun disk on her head, held in place by two horns relating to the cow and to wisdom. She is also widely represented as a human like being with a pair of cow's ears, which is what the image in this deck is based on. Het means from the house of Horus, and it has become accepted that Hathor is the divine consort of the hawk-headed deity Horus. This connection gives her cosmic energy and a link to the stars, star beings, and star potential. It is also believed that she is likely the daughter of the sun god Re, therefore carries the infinite light of the sun. In modern spirituality, Hathor is the face of a divine race known as the Hathors, enlightened beings from the stars who helped people on earth reach their highest potential. Your message, light, joy, and success surround you now. If you've been going through a dark, challenging time, the clouds are now parting and the light of the sun is shining upon you. This is a time of acceleration and success. You are beginning to build momentum and things are starting to move forward. Old dreams and visions may come to light now, for whatever has been blocking you or holding you back is now being released, making space for an influx of energy, drive, and movement. Hathor is encouraging you to set your sights higher than before. Reach for the sun, bask in your own brilliance. If you have held back on expressing any of your talents or bringing to light the information that will support your growth, now is the time to bring these things into the light of day. If you've been holding back on a project or waiting on the right time to move forward, that time is now. The wheels are turning and your life is moving. Enjoy the light. And y'all, the energies have been like ramped up since we've entered into eclipse season between the full moons and the new moons and the eclipses and all of that. The energy has been super high. So I think Spirit is saying, yeah, don't put your head in the sand now. You may still have to wait on Spirit to work some things out, but do know that it is happening. And yeah, be aware. Like I said, even if you can't put your foot all the way on the gas, do keep your hand on the wheel. All right, because it is happening. Spirituality and community are here. This is talking about becoming more spiritually aware, focus, choosing a spiritual path. Community is here, making a community contribution, standing up for the rights of others, and deeply caring for social issues. So, whatever it is that you're being brought into as part of your spiritual path does have to do with helping or serving others. It's a gift for humanity. Ooh, what do you not see coming? Easy road here, good karma flowing into your life, a comfortable, average life, making it through life unscathed. Now, too late for the unscathed part, but I think this is a new life you're stepping into. And I don't think it's going to be an average life, but that's just what I'm getting when I'm looking at the cards here. But it is going to be considerably easier than it has been. And for some of you, true love is coming in. That's at the bottom of the deck, too. Ooh, lucky stars at the top of the deck. I'm telling you, things about to get much easier than they've been. Much easier. Let's see if there's what we might need to work on from the Akashic deck, or what the Akashic wants us to know. Maybe we got some little bit of soul lessons to. What in the world? I can't shuffle a thing. mm. Okay. Release. Again, with the release, you're being asked to release any toxic people or situations from your life. You deserve to be free of all drama, and this is the first step to achieving that. Boundless possibilities are here, though. You're standing at the edge of limitless potential. Don't limit your dreams based on past experiences. Embrace the boundless possibilities that await you. Yes, I love that. What was that? Oh, and patience. You're being asked to practice patience right now. It's not easy to do this, but you're strong. And there's a reason why things aren't aligning in the way you want them to in this moment. Have patience. It will eventually work out. I'm trying to tell you, Spirit is cooking up something that's so much more than what you thought. And there's a lot of moving parts to it. So the timeline may not look like exactly what you thought it was going to look like, but there's no need to be discouraged whatsoever, because it looks like positive changes are on the way. I definitely encourage you to look into working with Saint Germain and the Violet Flame, though, for real, and staying in that energy of gratitude. Dream Weaver, weave dreams into reality is here. Lionheart, stand fearless in adversity. And Watcher of the Peaks, overlook your life path from above. And honestly, sometimes I think it's that wider angle view that helps us put things in perspective. A lot of times, if you're stuck looking at something under a microscope, yeah, you may see the intricate inner parts of it, but you don't see the bigger picture. Sometimes you got to get further out to see the bigger picture, and that's what Spirit is saying. Don't get caught in the little peaks and valleys of looking at it under the microscope. Look at the overall. And if you do, if you look that way, you'll realize you've come a lot further than you could have imagined. It's in process. Now let's see here. Oh. Ooh. Legacy of the prophet is at the bottom. Wisdom left for the future. I love that. And moonlight sorcerer use the moon's energy for meditation. We own the full moon, so you know we got to take that. Yeah. Take a look at both of them. Legacy of the prophet and the moonlit sorcerer. In the split, it did show that things had been stuck, but again, we're not claiming that energy because this is saying here that things are about to very much be unstuck. And that's what I'm interested in finding out. Phoenix! Oh, wow. The Phoenix came out here for you. This is the rebirth, death and rebirth. A complete renewal and a total transformation rising from the ashes. And we also have grasshopper energy here. This leap of faith, easygoing, sudden change, prosperity. Does talk about luck as well. Something just flipped in this deck. Hold on. I thought it did. Maybe not. I don't see it. Try that one more time. Get this third card. There you go. Owl. Sees through the facade. Wise. Exploring the unknown. It's a super spiritual card. So you got the Phoenix and the owl and a grasshopper. Now, grasshoppers fly or hop, whatever. But I'm loving the fact that you got both of these two very, very spiritual birds here. The Phoenix and the owl. Loving it. Let's take a look at the tarot, shall we? Ooh, that's nice. Got the Empress and the Eight of Wands here at the split. Birthing something with a quickness. Loving it. Or change coming with a quickness, however that goes. Some time needed in meditation. The Four of Swords popped out there. And still walking away from some things. Looks like the Eight of Cups came out. Let's see what actually comes out this deck, though. Three of Wands. It's on the way. Movement towards it. Strength is here. Ooh. Whoa. Strength is here with Judgment, the Eight of Swords, the Hanged Man, Wheel of Fortune, and the Nine of Pentacles. What's this? Queen of Swords, Page of Swords. That's about decision making, but the Nine of Pentacles, I believe, is your card. What's at the bottom of the deck? Ten of Wands. You walking away from the burdens. This cycle is closing for sure. Six of Wands. It's going to finish up with victory and success. And it is on the way. Like I said, you were looking for it. It started out with Three of Wands. Two of Wands is at the bottom of the deck. So you launched it. You don't realize it yet. You're still kind of looking for it to come, but it's on the way. Let's see what else is here with these. Ooh, we got like Hierophant energy along with the devil. Definitely don't want them two together necessarily, but it was just on the split. So solitude is here. It's kind of hermit energy. But that's what it takes. I mean, truthfully, this kind of leveling up and level of manifestation usually does require a period of solitude. And truth is here. Is that justice? That's judgment, I believe. Yeah. So judgment then came out here twice. That's good though. That's really good. And the Hierophant is back here. Ooh. Hermit, judgment, Hierophant energy with strength, the three of wands, and judgment, and the wheel, and this hangman. That's a lot of major arcana, but I'm telling you, that means that you literally, like I said, you've been invited on the path of the initiate. Saint Germain came out here at the beginning of this reading talking about a total transformation, and you got legacy of the prophet along with the spirituality. Yeah, it is a total transformation. Look, magician. Wow. What? Whoa. That devil energy is back, but I think that, like I said, you got to look at it a little bit differently. It's here with the world card, so truthfully, to me, that says, or yeah, the world. No, the wheel of fortune is. I always, yeah, it's the wheel of fortune. Excuse me. But with the wheel of fortune and the devil coming out, then that tells me, first of all, do be careful because you. But it does. It's here clarifying the hangman. So it's that Capricorn energy, like seriously, commerce, money, dharma, like see you manifesting big time. I'm not even seeing it in any ways negative. The walking away though is required, and I guess that's again that's part of what's leading to. Well, actually, it's going to be leading to your financial success because there's going to be a lot of folks that are not able to sit at your table with this. I'm so sorry to tell you. Yeah, you are in the middle of a rebirth. Wow. New beginnings is here, which is like the Fool coming out. Well, no, it didn't come out again. But yeah. And then the World with this Six of Wands, this victory and success is. Do you see all of these? Look, out of 9 cards I pulled out of the Akashic Tarot, the Psychic Tarot, sorry. Out of 9 cards, 8 of them are major arcana, which is basically the ninth one is hinged on this walking away, this 8 of Cups energy, this emotional withdrawal. But you were withdrawing for a reason. You started out here with solitude in that hermit mode in order to allow this transformation to take place. This is quite frankly amazing. But let's take a look here and grab one of these. Wow, this one came out for Pile 2 too, so you might want to take a look at that. I was only looking for one, but 2 of them flipped over there, and it's Divine Talents and Spiritual Service. Now, Divine Talents wasn't the one that came out in the other reading for Pile 2, but you might want to go back and look at those Piles 1 and 2, unless you already have. Yeah. Let's see. 21. Self-doubt can be a habit that's hard to break. It can slow down your spiritual progress and the fulfillment of your life purpose. Ultimately, it won't stop you, but it can make your progress seem more challenging. It's easier to fulfill your purpose when you acknowledge your own goodness and talent and do what you love to the best of your ability. Realize that you are enough, that your work is good, and that you have something of value to offer. It is time to let go of fear of failure, concern about your ability, and your right to live a happy and fulfilled life of success. The universe believes in you. You are being called to service beyond that which you have accomplished thus far. That is because you are ready, capable, and willing to step up to another level of spiritual responsibility and freedom. Your mind, however, might question your ability. You may be afraid that you cannot perform well enough, that you are not skilled or experienced enough, that you are not as good as others, or that you do not have enough value to offer. These are nothing more than wounded beliefs about your self worth. It is time to recognize this wounding and not empower these beliefs as truths anymore. Be kind to your mind. It will be happier without such beliefs. You can free yourself from the pain they cause and become more realistic about your gifts and your potential. Now is it is time for you to trust love more than your wounds. As you release these old beliefs, you create more space within you to receive impressions of how you can most joyfully serve the greater good. No longer hampered by undermining and draining beliefs and self doubt, you will have more energy to act on your intuition and guidance. If at any time you find yourself blocked by fear or performance anxiety, it can be helpful to release these blocks by simply asking yourself how you could best serve the greater good at this time. The answer to this question will never be to shrink back in fear. It will always be to choose belief over doubt. It will be to move ahead. Take the opportunity offered to you as a vote of confidence from the universe. This realization will bring you peace of mind so you can resume your progress and share what you have with the world. If you've been working hard, take the opportunities that have come to you that are still feeling as though you're not quite where you wish them to be in terms of fulfilling your life purpose and divine destiny. You are now asked to acknowledge all that you have attained so far. Acknowledge all the people you have assisted in your own special way, all the positive influence of love that you have added to the collective human soul through your willingness to take your spiritual journey. Open your heart and care about life on earth. Your spiritual service has been noted by the spiritual worlds, and you will be empowered to serve in increasingly beautiful ways. Your service is already successful and will only increase in potency, power, and peace. And then we have divine talents. You are a talented soul. Over many lifetimes, you have developed your spiritual abilities to channel higher awareness, attract healing energy, and radiate light to uplift the consciousness of those around you. Your divine talents are many and uniquely expressed through you. Your talents do not have to resemble those of another to have their own inestimable value. Do not be afraid to use them. Divine talents are a way in which the universe reminds us of what we are here to do. Divine talents are unlimited. They include the ability to channel spiritual guidance and healing energy, to perceive clairvoyantly, and be psychic and empathic. Other spiritual talents are the ability to release earthbound spirits, earth healing techniques such as working with energy grids, as well as healing ability with crystals and the many and varied technologies of light. There are other spiritual talents too. These include writing, performing, sound healing, dancing to awaken awareness, creating art, photography, or divinely inspired tools and jewelry. Cooking food that heals body and spirit is a spiritual talent, as are the abilities to bring people together, to offer comforting and inspiring words at the right time, to help others overcome fear and feel more at peace in moments of importance, and more. You could use your divine talents in your career as a healer, in your work in the corporate world, or in your stay at home role as a parent, helping to raise more conscious, secure, and empowered children in a world that is desperate need of strong, spiritually grounded leaders for the future. You can use your talents to create a vocation that truly inspires you and brings your lights to the world, or your light to the world. You can use them in the line at the grocery store. The point is that you use them. This oracle comes to you with a message. You have spiritual talents, some of which have been developed in other lifetimes and will simply and suddenly spring back to life as if from out of the blue at this lifetime. Others need a little more attention, patience, and effort to be brought to life in the world. This is particularly the case for you at this time if you also, well, didn't draw the past life activation, so no. Sometimes there's a fear in sharing talents. You may have a subconscious or a very conscious past life recollection that involves shame, isolation, ridicule, fear, or even torture or death as a response to sharing your talents for healing and helping others. Maybe you fear your spiritual talent will not allow you to meet your material needs, or that others will reject or deny your talent even if you know it to be authentic and helpful. This oracle also reminds you to do what makes you happy, to chase your sacred bliss and express yourself in the world via the unique and special abilities that the divine has bestowed upon you. When you follow what you love, you are on your life path and you will succeed, beloved. Wow. And then we got one last set of cards that I want to pull here. And this is amazing, family. Like I said, just, hey, you're undergoing this transformation. Don't fight it. Let it happen. It is upon you. You are bright energy. Color uplifts you. So that may be something that you want to look into putting a little color therapy around you. Stay strong. Be a guiding light. Ground yourself. Be love. Past life emotion lives in you. You are expressing more. It is releasing. So yeah, just allow it to happen. Like I said, continue to work with Hathor and Saint Germain. Work with Yeshua, your angels, guides, whatever feels good and resonates with you. But this transformation is underway. I don't believe you could stop this if you wanted to, but you don't. You don't want to. Believe in your power to manifest. Breathe your creation into existence. That's what you're getting ready to do. And last but not least, you are your greatest gift. Your life journey is your masterpiece. Wow. That is your reading, dear ones. And like I said, if this reading resonates with you, you may want to go back and look at pile 2 at minimum, maybe pile 1 as well. But yeah, beautiful things coming to you. The message from the full moon is it's happening for you. Continue to lean into it, and spirit and your angels and your guides and your ancestors love you and are working with you. And like I said, this transformation is definitely underway. In any event, like I said, this is your reading. If it benefited you, please don't hesitate to give the video a thumbs up. I would appreciate that favor. If you know someone that could benefit from this message, please don't hesitate to share it with them. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And until next time, soul family, peace and blessings to you. I love you so very much. Namaste.